maybe you will have to let me know if you see seasons in this album, because I'm not sure how many I saw. Seasons is the newest album released by American Authors. This band was pretty interesting when they really made headlines with Best Day of My Life. That one seemed to be everywhere when it was released, and I think some of their other music was fairly well respected. I remember seeing some other interviews and a couple other things that kind of showed the band a little bit more on a personal level, and I remember thinking, okay, yeah, these seemed like some down-to-earth guys. Took it pretty lightheartedly, thought, okay, well, these are guys who just want to make some good music, so yay, good for them. And then when they decided to release this album, I listened to it. First time listening to it, I didn't really think too much of it. And then listening to it again, overall, they do something really well with how they play as a band. Not necessarily saying anything production-wise. I think that they have an idea of what kind of sound they want to go for. However, vocally, there's something that is a little detached. While listening to this album, this is what I wrote down. The vocals sound like they're either a trend behind, or they're literally trying to keep up with the progressive sound and style of their own music. The first half of the album I found very lackluster. Not much was really going on and had a little bit of a messiness to it. The second half did pick up a little bit, but even then, still, as a whole, the majority of this album just feels like I don't know if they knew what they were going to go for. I'm not even talking lyrically, I'm talking vocally. And the problem with that is, I don't really know if I have a solution. I think they know what their solution could be. And maybe this is just them trying to broaden out. This is, I think, their third studio album, somewhere around there. And they're probably trying to find a way to expand their audience. Or maybe they're just showing that they can go in different directions. However, I don't even really know what that was when I was listening to this. Again, I really like the music and instrumental sounds that they created. I think there was a lot to offer, some very careful and clever ideas were put into the arrangements and composition. But I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't think it was terrible. I just think it was the wrong direction to take. Certain songs made me feel like they had the intention and conscious decision to try and nab some more fans or some more attentions or attention spans for that matter. So it's a little, it's kind of an odd feeling. I've never really felt that way before. But in all good things, I do have two songs on here that I do think are very well made and kind of more along the traditional sound that they have. And I think this could, and maybe even should, be their solution. The first being Bring It On Home. This is their style. I still don't know how to define it, but this, that's their style. And the very last song actually had some real emotional depth, for me, at least, when I was listening to it. It's called Real Place. So I don't really have an explanation for why they had the sound that they did, or if that's even something that they're going to try and move forward with, or if that's just something that just was something that they're trying out. Maybe that's what Seasons means. Maybe it just means they have different styles that they think that they have and want to try out. But no, those two songs are the only two that I could really get a strong grip on. Everything else, as I said, I think that everything music-wise sounded good, but vocally I couldn't get on board with almost all of it. Thankfully, those songs saved it for me at least a little bit. I think they have something, I really do, but they are gonna have to prove it with more stuff. For me anyway, that's just, it's my take. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 93%, creativity 78%, expression and lyrics 70%, I'm going to give this album an okay. I feel like the percentages should equate to a higher recommendation, but there's just not enough emotional desire to do so. I feel like there's songs on here to recommend, but the album itself is like, It's like I want you to go take a look at it for yourself if you desire to do so. But I don't see myself talking about this album very much. I'll have those two songs on my 2019 Y.E.S playlist. I would like to remember them because I remember enjoying listening to those. But the rest of the album, as much as I enjoyed the actual music and production of it, I can't see myself enjoying the other elements that came with it. It's just too scattered to be an enjoyable experience as a whole. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to subscribe and follow all the social media for this channel so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.